I ain't saying nobody wasn't educated. That's the part y'all not getting. I ain't saying nobody ain't educated. I just said these young girls are very smart. These young kids are very smart. They're very articulate. They're awesome. But here's the issue. Both older people and younger people, you still have to be able to listen. And you still got to be open to learn. We all do. You cannot make somebody feel bad because they don't know, older and younger. If a person don't know, you can't tell somebody, well, at your big age, I can't believe you don't know this. Sometimes you don't know. You can't tell somebody at your young age, I can't believe you don't know this. Sometimes you don't know. You can't make people feel bad because they don't know something. Is there a problem with you? I'm so glad you just came here. No, there's not a problem with the younger crew. There's a problem with somebody trying to make a divide today. There was the day before yesterday, Nosy made a statement that there should be a big mesh between the younger crew and Messy TikTok, and there should be a fight between the two. And I said, why does there have to be a fight between the younger crew and the older people? Why is people trying to make them fight? And I said, it wouldn't even be a match. Hey, Ray, what's the match? Because at the end of the day, the younger crew ain't going to do nothing but guilt trip the older crew into saying, at your big age, you don't know this. The older crew going to tell the younger crew, y'all don't know nothing. No, Javon, a lot of y'all are stuck in them too. Let's be honest. Javon. Let's be honest. When I spoke up against a white woman, I got attacked by older black people. Okay, so Javon, let's be honest about that. Let's talk about that. When you spoke up against a white woman, why do you feel like that white woman wasn't able to speak up on that situation? Let's talk about that. Let's do that part. Why do you feel like because that woman was white, that she wasn't able to say what she said? What was the problem with her saying that? What was wrong with what she said? Because she did not say black women were low level. She said that black woman was low level. Hey, Alicia. You could come up if you want to. You want to come up?
Hi. Good afternoon. So I just want to say this real quick, and I got to head back into work because I'm coming off from lunch. The reason why I spoke on what I said on Ms. Dama's panel was the fact that she. So this is my thing. This is where I come from. I can't speak. I'm not a spokesperson for Gen Z. I speak from my own mindset, my own opinion, the things that I said, what I did. Respectfully for her, she's white tea, right? What is not being focused on what I said in the clip was what you can do as a white woman, and then I was cut off by her. So what I was about to do was give her knowledge and information and what she could do for white women who date black men. Because a lot of white women, when they do is they date outside, they date non-white tea people, and they don't understand the culture or the context surrounding around the people within their own racial community. So when I was cut off, she came at me. So she directed her attention from off of the black woman who we were speaking to onto me.
What she say to you,
Then
Javon? Because what she say to you?
she said in the audio that she couldn't believe that I would even say that to her. So what I said to her was, as a white woman, and then she said, I can't believe that you would even say that. Do you not hear what this black woman is saying? I said, we've been up here. We've been up here the whole time while On Purpose was on the live, and we were speaking to her. Same man I was speaking to you, T-Time is the same man I was speaking to On Purpose on the panel. And then as she dropped from the panel, she said, oh, this must be a racist panel. I wasn't telling her to leave. I didn't tell her to get out. I didn't say because you're white, you're not welcomed here. I didn't say all that. All I said was, as a white woman, because they don't do a good enough job in correcting the racism in their own community. Why would I expect for her to even check that? And then as I've stated from my own anecdotal experience and the things that I've also stated from my own knowledge and education that I've done for myself, a lot of times white people, they don't come with good intentions. And so when they see us arguing or they see us doing things that are harmful to each other, they like to tag in and come in. But but that shouldn't be the case. Now, like I said, like if you do something or if I do something, I'm expecting another black person to come in and check me. Like if I say something really anti-black, if I say that single black mothers are the reason why our community is in ruins, I'm like, why would I do that? But just if it came out of my mouth, I'm expecting black women or a black man to check me. Would never expect for a white woman to come and say that's anti. And I could speak on this because I've been with a black man for 10 years. I've been with a black man for 20 years. I don't care how long you've been with a black man. You don't live the black experience. There's a difference between being married to somebody who's black and then living the actual black experience, being within the black community. And I felt like she shouldn't have did that. And I stand on what I said on the panel. And
I agree in some aspects that white people don't have no place in speaking on certain things. I agree with that. In that situation, I believe it was in that particular situation, I believe it was appropriate for her to speak because it was a dialogue that everybody was having, right? I believe that woman was out of line. She was inappropriate. And I believe that she was low level. I don't think that if I could see if the woman was saying any black woman that think like this is low level, she was speaking to her directly as a person, right? And as she would to think like that, it's a low level mindset, right? Like somebody said, it was a woman to woman conversation. I believe that. Now, some things I don't think that they have the right to speak on when it comes to us, our community, and even over here, I tell them, "No, this ain't your fight. You're gonna have to move out. You're gonna have to move out the way." That situation in itself, I believe what she was saying was appropriate for that because that's just my opinion, right? I think there's some things that people can speak on, and we shouldn't always have to make it as a race thing or a black white thing, purple, blue, yellow. It's right is right, wrong is wrong. That's just how I feel. Don't mean that what I'm saying is right. I think it's a matter of perception.
So so what I'll say to that is I feel like a lot of times, and I know like for my group, right, for us, I've been in debatetok since 2021. And before TikTok, I was debating in real life. I was having these very important conversations in person. And so when I would have these conversations in person, it would be a very tense conversation. Tense to the point where some of us would leave a room. Like that's how tense these conversations would get. I feel from my standpoint, a lot of times with white people, I don't hate white people. Like that's another narrative that was going around that I hate white people from that interaction. A lot of people are not familiar with me and what I've done. I've lost 2 pages on TikTok, got mass supported, all that. Right. This is my third. Well, this is my 5th page. My 3rd page is on Banana, but I've been doing this for a minute. So a lot of people in messy talk are not aware of my work on TikTok and what I've done and the spaces that I've been in for almost 4 years now. What I'm trying to get people who are older to understand is while these conversations is something that y'all don't have every day, race is a very important conversation that we have to have, especially if we are as black people. A lot of us are aware of the things that are happening to us on a day-to-day basis. I feel like we don't take these kinds of situations seriously, right? Like the white woman, she kind of faded into she faded into the background and just vanished. And
But
so
let me,
then it was.
I agree with that. But let me say this: just because you guys don't see us having these conversations every day, don't
Mhm,
mean we don't have them. I've had these conversations on and off the app.
mhm,
Too. Before I came on this side of TikTok, I've had these as topics. I used to nanny 3 black boys that was raised by a white woman. We've had these conversations. I used to have these conversations with my girlfriends all the time. I've had these conversations at work with other people all the time. I've talked about we do talk about these things, and I think y'all think that because we don't have these as topics on a daily basis that we don't talk about this shit. We do talk about this shit in real life. We talk about this shit. I've argued with my girls, like we've had toe to toe fights about this shit. My friends don't agree with me, just like y'all. I be with y'all. My friends don't agree with everything I say because I have a different
mhm.
outlook on life as like just on this app, my friends be mad at me because I have a different way of looking at things, right? I just have a different way of looking at things. But they don't mean we gotta hate each other. You know, you a bad person. We just have different perspectives of things.
Yeah, no, like I feel like like I said, and I told Miss Diamond, so like I have nothing against her. Like it's her panel. People were making assumptions that I was trying to control her panel, control her in her space. I don't do that. If I enter into your room, her room, if I go into Gentie's live, if I go into Brad's space, I don't tell nobody what to do. The only thing that I do from my perspective is ensure that y'all are safe. I don't care about nothing else. I see black people holding a space. I know how TikTok treats us. I know how TikTok get down when it comes to our platform. My people come first. I could walk and chew bubblegum, obviously, and worry about other communities as I can, because I've been doing it for a long time. But my people come first.
But
A
is there
lot
a
of
such
time,
thing as a balance though, Javon? Like,
it could be.
I've had white people that have cared about me more than my own people, but I've also
Hmm.
stood up to white people. I walked out of my
Hmm.
job because they were ostracizing black kids. I left my job for that. You know what I'm saying? So I fought against the white people, but I've also had white people that's fought against their own people for me. So is
Right.
there such thing as a balance where all of them are not bad? All of them are not out to hurt us or out to demean us, or the same thing I feel about black men, right? I
Hmm.
think that can we look at them as circumstances or situational things and not look at them as a whole dynamic?
Can I say something real quick, Javon?
Go ahead, Frankie.
All right. Um, hey T, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I love your hat. You look
Thank you.
cute today. You look very beautiful.
It's Throwback Tuesday for me, but go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Um, it's not that just to piggyback off of what Javon was saying in regards to, there are just certain conversation that YT people are just not privy to. It's not saying that we think that, like, like he has a hate towards all YT people. That's not what it is. It's just that, hey, when in that situation, when it came to that YT woman getting up in the morning show's box, it was, ma'am, this is not your place. You have no right to come up and tell black women, you have no right to tell this black woman about her experience with black men. Like, just because you date black men,
He didn't tell her
are
her
they?
experience with black
But
men,
she
though.
came up there and called that woman low, like lowest
She
low.
was
Like,
low, though,
but
Frankie.
okay, but that's on us to talk about that. We could check that. We could check that. And there was black people in the box checking that. We don't need their help on that. We
That's
can
why I
check that.
disagree, but I get what you're saying, but that's why I
Yeah,
disagree. I
I
don't
I,
think
get- I
that,
know.
I don't think that, and like I said, I don't think that it was a black white thing. I think it was a one woman saying to another woman, like, how can you, as a black woman that's raising a son, say that black men say these heinous things about your own kind? Like, I don't see how anybody, I don't care if they're purple, can think what that woman said was appropriate or think that she can be looked at as anything. I don't give a fuck if they was green. I think anybody listening to what that black woman was saying about her own people and raising a black son, I think anybody would have felt the same way about what was coming about out of her mouth.
But you already had Javon and Alex. They was up there checking it. They was talking to her and educating her on her anti-blackness
Let me tell
statements.
you why
So they
she
were
can.
already checking that.
But Frankie, let me tell you why she was able to do it. Because the lady on purpose, she was dating a white man and a black man. She was using both of them. She was using a black man for his penis, and she was using a white man for his finances. So that woman had every right to say what she needed to say because both of them is in the same dynamic.
But she get up there and
Wait,
she
can I
tell
say
her
this real
about her
quickly?
I
experience with
disagree.
the
Can I
white
speak?
female.
Can I
That's
finish
what
what I
she
was saying?
believes.
Because
She don't